What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana back at you with another YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about how you can actually solo the Black Crystal Terra raids with Charizard. So if you're still looking to get your hands on the Charizard with the Mightiest mark, but you don't want to join random groups online, then just keep on watching and I'll show you what strategy I use to solo Charizard in my own world with NPCs. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date with the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up so that we can push out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials, so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. And if you are still looking for your own copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I have linked them in my Amazon storefront down below as well. But let's go ahead and hop into the strategy that I use to solo Charizard. So at this point, I'm sure you've probably heard everybody saying that you should be using an Azumarill, and just in case you haven't quite done a deep dive like a lot of other people, this is the Azumarill strategy, since it is a great strategy, but the one that I want to show you today is the one that helped me actually solo the Charizard. I didn't solo the Charizard with Azumarill, but I was able to get my Charizard by using the Azumarill strategy. So for Azumarill, you're gonna of course want it to be level 100, you're gonna want it to be a Fairy Terra type, and the two most important moves that you're gonna want to have on it are Play Rough and Belly Drum. Belly Drum is of course going to give you the attack stat increase, and Play Rough is going to be your hard-hitting physical move. I also went ahead and EV trained its HP and attack to max those out, since those are going to be the two most important stats in order to take this Charizard down. You also are going to want an Azumarill that has the ability Huge Power, since that gives you yet another increase in your attack stat. And to make sure that I'm regaining health, since this Azumarill is going to be taking quite a few hits, I went ahead and gave it a Shell Bell, so that way every time I take damage, I'm able to recover some of that HP. And like I said, this is a great strategy. This is how I was able to get my own Charizard. It was literally a team of Azumarills and one Gardevoir. However, the only issue with the Azumarill strategy that everyone is finding is that the Azumarill strategy does glitch out Charizard's HP. Nobody really knows the exact reason why Azumarill is the only one that glitches out the HP, but what you'll notice is that if you do have an Azumarill with Huge Power and you Belly Drum and then you hit it with Play Rough, that the HP looks like it goes down to 0, but then it recovers HP to half health or even more. And apparently this is something that only happens with the Huge Power Azumarill. So you can still absolutely beat the Charizard using these Azumarills, but just keep that in mind that it will glitch out Charizard's HP, so you might have to technically take it out like 3 or 4 times, like I did. So besides Azumarill, I've also heard people talk about Darkspun, which I did try out a Darkspun and it was good, but I definitely was not able to solo the raids. I've also heard people talk about using Sylveon or even the Gardevoir, like the one that was on my team, when I was able to catch a Charizard for myself. However, the Pokemon that I used in order to solo the raid and also win majority of the online raids that I joined in order to farm items, which you should definitely do that if you have already caught your Charizard, because the item drops are great. But that Pokemon was Flutter Mane, which I haven't heard as many people talk about. I've heard people mention it, but I haven't seen as many people really focus on it. So let me go over what my build was for my Flutter Mane. So my Flutter Mane is of course level 100. Like I said, you're gonna need a level 100 Pokemon no matter what. It has the Fairy Terra type, and this is the moveset that I gave it. So I gave it Calm Mind, Fake Tears, Draining Kiss, and Moon Blast. Which Fake Tears is the most important here in my opinion, since it's gonna lower Charizard's special defense stats, which obviously all of these are special attacks, and Flutter Mane is a special attacker. So I also went ahead and EV trained it to have max HP and max special attack. Also, something to note is that I actually forgot to hyper train this Flutter Mane, so I was able to solo these raids without actually hyper training Flutter Mane. It is EV trained, but not hyper trained. But since, like I mentioned, Flutter Mane is a special attacker and we're gonna lower Charizard's special defense, its ability also comes in super handy, which is Photosynthesis, which boosts the Pokemon's most proficient stats. So in the case of Flutter Mane, especially because I EV trained it, it's gonna be special attack. And Photosynthesis is activated by harsh sunlight, unless it's holding booster energy, which I have my Flutter Mane holding a booster energy. So I get the stat increase right from the get-go. However, of course, as everybody knows, the Charizard does nullify any stat changes, but Photosynthesis is also activated by Sunny Day, which we know that the Charizard in the raids also sets up Sunny Day. So when Sunny Day is set up, I get the stat increase again, even after I already used the booster energy. After I set up Fake Tears, I try to Calm Mind at least twice, since Flutter Mane should be able to take at least 2 hits since I maxed out its HP. And then from there, I go ahead and use a Draining Kiss to regain my HP, and then go in for the Moon Blast. And by using this strategy, I will say that I either rarely ever faint in battle, or I actually go the entire battle without fainting. But let me go ahead and show you guys what it's like in action. I'll go ahead and join a raid online, and I'll show you just how much damage this thing can do. All right, here we go. We are in an online raid. As you can see, booster energy was used up, so I'm getting that stat increase. for special attack. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a fake tears on Charizard. And now that we've set up the fake tears, I'm gonna go ahead and, ooh, I avoided the attack. We'd love to see that too. I'm gonna go ahead and do a Calm Mind. And look at how much damage this Charizard's already taken. We've lowered its special defense. We have Sylveon, who is also a special attacker, and then we have our 2 physical attackers with our Azumarills. I'm gonna take a hit from Hurricane. It doesn't really hurt me that much, which is fine. And it's got its shield up, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more damage now. Do you see how its HP went back up to the green? I'm sure that the other Azumarills are probably huge power Azumarills, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta make sure that you keep an eye on that. I'm gonna go ahead and do a Moon Blast just because we need to do some damage to this thing because our timer is running out. But look at how much damage that does even with the shield up, and I only set up 1 Calm Mind. Yeah, they are both using Belly Drum, so they probably do have the lovely glitch going for us right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and set up 1 more Calm Mind. Charizard use Fire Blast. Hopefully I don't get burned. We're good. And I'm gonna do a Moon Blast. Now, if I was taking more damage, I would definitely go for the Draining Kiss over the Moon Blast, but look at how much damage that Moon Blast does with just 2 Calm Minds, and its shield is up. We'll go for another Moon Blast. And I don't want to set up too many Calm Minds just because I know it's going to nullify the stat changes eventually, so I'd rather just get as much damage in as I can, since obviously Flutter Mane here is doing majority of the damage besides the Azumarills. We avoided another attack. I love to see it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Terrastalize. And we're gonna hit it with another Moon Blast, and this should take out its shield. Boom. All right, perfect. Just like I said, took out the shield, and this thing gave a huge hit. I literally dealt the final blow, and we have taken out a Charizard literally in like less than 5 minutes. Flutter Mane is amazing in these raids, and I definitely recommend. And these drops, look at this. Beautiful. Look at how many rare candies we're getting. Oh my, and the experience candies. This is what we like to see. So clearly this is a situation where Flutter Mane shines. So for me personally, Flutter Mane is my #1 choice for these raids, followed closely by Azumarill. Like I said, Azumarill is great and people have soloed Charizard with Azumarill. The only issue is that it does glitch out the HP, so it's just something to keep in mind. But if you do have access to a Flutter Mane, either by trade or if it just spawns in your game because you have Scarlet, I definitely recommend training one of these guys up because they literally take out these Charizards like it was nothing. But that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Let me know down below what Pokemon you're using to take out the Charizards, and let me know if you've actually gotten your own or if you're just farming items like me. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.